Alright guys, so we're going to start working on the music room a little bit more. Remember we hung these hangers up here, kind of on the opposite wall that we originally hung them from. And there was a purpose for doing that, but we still need more hangers. We're not going to get to that yet. We need to hang our Bose speakers up on a shelf, and we have to create those shelves by cutting some of our countertop boards. And this here's the countertop. There are no uncut sides to this piece. There are parts that are like, you know, splintered up. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. What I'm going to need it to be is 13 inches this way. Mark it 13 here on the other side. This red marker doesn't show up very good, but it is a erasable marker. Use the level just to mark it here. Now, I hope I'll be able to see this with the skill saw. Looks like we splintered it up at the end pretty good, and we didn't make a 100% level cut, but the original people that did this, you can see they kind of wavered in and out with their cut on the table saw as well, so not everybody's perfect. We could sand or grind that, and I might minimally do that, but I don't think I'm going to do too much work. I'll just use the splintery pieces toward the wall and have the front pieces kind of more showing, I guess. Look at there, that looks like they filled in a gap, you know, with some kind of epoxy or something to make it smooth. And this is the bottom. I kind of like the bottom of this countertop and kind of wanted to use it, but you know, where that bark, you know, that natural grain was on the countertop, you know, it kind of went in a certain direction, so they didn't really want to do it upside down. Because we don't hit studs at end to end with these things, I had to hit it where a stud was, so it's about like 2 inches from the corner and then right on this molding strip here. Now I could just cut the molding strip out here, but I'm not going to do it. We got one screw at the bottom. We're going to lay the shelf on top and then kind of adjust it, you know, left to right to make sure it's kind of level and even with the shelf piece, and then we're going to screw it, probably pre-drill the pieces that go to the shelf, and then just screw straight in to the stud here with this other bracket part. Just set it up here. Now I do have some concerns whether this is going to be able to hold it fully, but I still have that screw to put in. I still have to screw these in, and maybe it'll be fine. A lot of the weight from these speakers are at the back. It kind of comes around like this, so we'll see. Now I may even want to lower these guys a little bit lower to the floor. That's a little bit high. Why we test fit it and don't put all the screws in before we're ready. Like the bottom of that speaker will be right at about 55 inches. If we had a guitar stand or something under here, that's, I think my tallest guitar is probably on the stand is probably no more than 47 inches. Our amplifiers, if we put under there, are all less than 2 feet. Our rack mount system is about 34 inches, and if we stack something on top of that, you know, 1 or 2 things, it might give it, you know, another 5 inches or so. Right, we lowered that one. As you can see, there's quite a bit of a height difference there, so we got to level that down with this guy. Since I put the top screws in those brackets, it is not drooping now. I definitely have to screw this in though before we put the speakers on. That still looks kind of high, but I think, can we go down anymore? Right, so that's how it looks, but it is definitely more front heavy than we thought. See, tilts until we put the screws in. I think it'll be fine, but it's definitely going to mess up our kids' guitar hanger, at least for over there, that third one. So we might have to move that guy somewhere else, either to the right there or in a different wall. If we went down another 3 inches, we're still going to have to move that, so it's probably fine where it's at. Got a test fit. I know to bring it out away from the wall here, maybe an inch or so. That's going to help it stay more steady on this platform. We got some wood screws, and these aren't longer than the board, so it's not going to protrude up or anything out of the wood. Let's see if we can do it without pre-drill. Pretty sturdy there, and yeah, we didn't have to pre-drill. Those wood screws are sharp. They just went through there with ease. Did kind of have to angle these back ones in because you can't really access them straight up and down. But they went in the first try. Yeah, I think that's really strong. We got the speaker on here. Again, pushing and pulling very little give. Seems super strong. These out. These have a recessed cavity, so you can put them all the way back to the wall, and your plug won't be pushing against the wall. So you can put these all the way back. You can put the front cover on them, no problem. Don't worry about the dust there. It's been sitting a while. But these will protect the speakers themselves from dust, and we'll clean these up later. These are actual handles. So it's a case and a handle in one. Once you put these on there, turn it upright, put your arms in there, and just carry them, one speaker in one hand, one speaker in the other hand when you're doing your gigs. Right, we're in the opposite corner, and we're going to be working on shelf number 2 for the other speaker, so we have stereo, right? Right, first one in. So these guys are definitely a little closer together just because of where the studs line up on this side of the wall. It's 32, so let's get a speaker. There we go. Whoop, I have it upside down better. So yeah, it's not perfectly whatever, but we could probably push it over there to the wall closer and have it a decent spacing from the other one. The last leg is right here, so I can go within 2 inches of the wall there and be pretty good, I think. So there you go. That's about not quite, somewhere around a 12-foot wall there, wall to wall. And this guitar room is starting to look like something, but we still have more to do. There's a reason why I'm not aiming down there on the floor, because I have guitar cases, guitar, you know, microphones, accessories, microphone boxes, just a lot of stuff that, you know, pedals and multi-effects pedals that are just kind of in my way from even walking in, plus 3 or 4 amplifiers. Not to mention an electric drum set. So it's kind of embarrassing. So when we get this done, we're going to take all the guitar and bass or whatever cases out of here into another place so that they're not in the way. And I hope to maximize the wall space to have guitars, basses, ukuleles, banjo, whatever. I have this board here, which is the same wood, that countertop wood, that would make probably a good pedal shelf or something. With a Rubbermaid shelf board, but you know, the color is kind of not going with everything. But hey, functionality wise, it might be wise to use this at least temporarily. So in the next few videos, I'll probably be moving that somewhere else, whether it's that way or you know, in the middle of the wall here, or wherever it goes, and I'll be hopefully have more guitar wall hangers and possibly bring out my bass and banjo and stuff back in here. We're doing more shelves for, you know, space for what we already have in here that's on the floor. It needs to be on the wall. Media shelf I think I'm gonna put in here. It'll probably be music CDs along with kids DVDs. The room just isn't big enough for it, so it'll be kind of like a combination of the two. Now, it's not wide enough to hold my music books and stuff like that, so we'll have to figure out something else for that. Can we figure out how to put all this stuff in this little, fairly small room? I don't know.